Hello and welcome to another Greyhound video with Scout and Luca. Today I thought I'd revisit a topic I get asked a lot about, which is what do you feed the pups? So Luca's just finishing off a little bit of peanut butter here in a little glass jar. So the pups, we feed them twice a day. Once for breakfast they get a small meal, and then they get their main meal at lunchtime. The diet is one of those things you try and perfect over the lifespan of your dog, so it does change when you first get them, and as you move through time, try to find the perfect diet for your dog that's healthy and they have no stomach issues with. So it is one of the things you work on. So for breakfast we feed the pups chicken. We buy it in bulk and then we pack it into individual portions for each day of the week. We buy the higher welfare chicken. Stop looking at Luca. We pack it into individual containers. We've got 2 chicken wings for Scout and a thigh and a chicken wing for Luca, just because he's a little bit bigger and needs a bit more food. The pups absolutely do love their chicken. We feed them separately. Just Magnus used to be a bit of a resource guarder when it came to bones. To keep them from stealing each other's, we feed them separately. So Scout eats hers in the kitchen, again on a little bed with a little towel in there just to keep it clean, so it's easier to wash the towel. Luca gets very excited about chicken and does his little chicken dance. And again, he gets a thigh and a chicken wing. You are okay to feed your dogs chicken bones like this here. You just cannot serve any chicken that's been cooked, as those bones can splinter. But eating raw chicken like this is safe, and we've had no issues, just as long as you manage the thawing out and freezing process carefully, just to make sure it is healthy and not gone off. But eating the bones is no problem for the pups. They chomp through it like it's butter and not the slightest bit of issues. They get a good source of calcium and it does a good bit of help cleaning out their teeth. They do really love their chicken in the mornings. Is that good, Scout? After the lunchtime walk, the pups will sit down because they know what's coming next, which is their lunch. We'll serve us in the kitchen, so we've got 2 little collapsible stools that we'll put their bowls on, just a bit easier for moving around. We bought these from the B&M store, a brand called Beldray. Very good. We've also got some bowls. We've got stainless steel bowls, just easy for wash. These ones also have a sort of rubber lip on the bottom, so it means it doesn't slide around and stays in one place. We also add some U-Move joint care to Scout because she's a elderly lady, and for Luca, he had some stomach issues, so we give him a probiotic. We also add some plaque off, which is kind of like a seaweed powder, to the food to help with their teeth, and a little bit of porridge oats as well to the diet. So put in their medications, we tend to break it up, that way they don't spit it out. Add a little bit of dried oats, a little bit of water to soften them up. Then we'll usually add some veg, perhaps some carrots or some green beans or a bit of broccoli, so we'll add that to them. The main part of the food is their natural instincts working dog. We tend to go for the chicken flavour. It looks like basically ground mince. This comes in 1 kilogram tubs, which we basically split and weigh out for each of the pups so they get their appropriate measure in there. We'll also add some sardines as well. Not every day of the week, but several times a week we'll add sardines, usually in tomato sauce. We'll add a little tiny bit of olive oil in there on top. Then we mix it all together. Then we'll put on the plaque off on top of the food at that point in time, and then it's time to serve. Scout usually starts to whine a little bit just before the food is served, and they'll eat that in the kitchen. And the diet stays pretty consistent for the pups. It's very rare we'll change the diet. So this is what they're getting: chicken in the morning and their natural instincts chicken at lunch. And they tend to eat it in one sitting, and they will clean their bowls, and that is their food for the day. That's Luca making sure he hasn't missed anything. Scout's dish. So that was lunch. Other things we might occasionally give them is some snacks. We've got things called paddywhack, or we might give them some pig's ears for them to chomp on. Again, this is a sort of treat they'll get occasionally. Maybe once every few weeks they'll get this additional treat. Again, we'll just serve it on the towels, that way it's easy to wash and their dog beds aren't smelling of pig's ears or anything else, but they do like these treats. And we bought a box of dentist sticks, which Luca was taking great pleasure in opening, so just let him carry on. So we'll give the pups dentist sticks most days. This is just a little additional assistance for the teeth. We have to brush your teeth as well. The dentist sticks won't do the job just by themselves, but we do give it to them, and they do love their dentist sticks. So we'll just give this in the evenings to the pup, which again you can see they're very excited about and they do enjoy tremendously. And occasionally as well, we'll also get them some bones, perhaps some beef ribs or some knuckle bone, which they'll chomp down on. Again, this will happily chew on for like an hour, 2 hours, a really big long length of time. But again, we don't get it very often, but it does help with their teeth. Last thing to cover is the importance of fresh water. You always make sure your pups have access to fresh water, so make sure you clean those bowls daily to remove any dangerous biofilm, and they've got fresh water they can drink whenever they wish to. So access to fresh water is great. So there you have it. That's what we feed our pups for breakfast and for lunch. When we first adopted Magnus many moons ago, we didn't know what food to serve Magnus. So we asked people at our kennels what food they recommended and just went with that. But over the years we have tried different things, but going to pet stores can be quite overwhelming, especially if there's no one around to ask what's the best food for your pup. So I found this little website called All About Dog Food. It's an independent website, not backed by any food company, and on there they've got every dog food available in the United Kingdom, even snacks and treats as well. You can go on there, you can put your dog breed in there, its age, gender, and you can also put in the amount of money you have to spend on the meal. And it lists all the foods in scores, gives a little information about nutritional information in there, and a review of the product itself. So it's a great resource that's out there for anybody who has no one to speak to and wants to find out more about the dog food that they're serving or looking to buy for their pups. So that's called All About Dog Food if you want to go and check it out. And the last point I wanted to make about food and their diets is that once they eat, you want to give your pups time to nap and to sleep off and for that food to digest. So don't do any physical activity, no walks, no running after they eat. Give them time for that food to settle and digest in their stomach, and that'll avoid any issues. So Luca's never had any interest in television whatsoever, but the other night there we had the doghouse on television and Luca leapt onto the sofa and actually started watching the show, which is a big surprise to us because he's never showed any interest, nope you haven't have you, in any television show, but now he's found a TV show that he likes to watch and will happily gaze at. So just like us, he's a fan of the doghouse.
Here, a dedicated team match abandoned dogs.
Oh, my heart. We just want to make them feel as safe and loved as possible.
With hopeful new owners.
They're going to become fur parents. There's something a dog can give you that no person can.
So the other day there we had a big large box arrive, and Luca figured out very early whatever's in this box has got to be for him or Scout. So we opened the box for him, and he was very keen to get inside to figure out what was inside that large box. You guessed it, Luca, it's a bunch of plastic. Yeah, Luca was a little bit spooked by the plastic, but eventually did start bursting them later on. But what we bought is a second giant caterpillar. We'd already purchased one previously, which is in one of the beds upstairs in our bedroom, but they'd always get a little bit of competition of who gets the bed with the caterpillar, so we decided to buy a second big giant caterpillar for the pups to have in their beds, so they've got one caterpillar each. Luca was chomping on it initially. The caterpillar we've got from Smith's Toys online. It's a nice big plush caterpillar, and one of the funniest things about the Smith's Toy website, it's a general toy store, but most of the reviews about this particular toy are from Greyhound owners, so go on there and check it out and have a little bit of a giggle about all the reviews on the toy website from Greyhound owners. Scout enjoyed playing with our little frog and jumping on the plastic, and got to snuggle with the caterpillar later that evening. So the other day there, my wife found a video clip of Magnus that I'd never seen before and shared it with me, so I thought I'd share it with you. This is from a previous summer with Magnus coming up to me looking for some cuddles and rubs in the garden. So I thought it was a very good memory of Magnus, and I thought I'd share, so hope you enjoy. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon for more Scout and Luca videos. But if you're looking for more in the meantime, why not check out some of these videos here.